Alrighty. How's everybody doing? It's been a while. All right, we are in Berks County, Pennsylvania, waiting on a snow squall. Pretty intense snow squall. It's been moving its way across the state, and sorry, I was distracted by that guy. Pretty intense snow squall, been moving its way across the state, and it's only expected to get more intense as it comes and crosses. Now it's your turn. Yes, it is. I'm ready. I can't believe how far this thing's made it. You know, and obviously on radar, it don't look the healthiest right now, but it is. It's very healthy based on webcams because it's starting to enter a little bit of a radar hole. And I'm sure if you follow the channel long enough, you know what that means. This area does not get very good radar coverage from the weather radars. So we're kind of in a spot where all the beams are very, very high up in the atmosphere. This is obviously some very low-topped type of system that pushes through. So a lot of times the beam will completely overshoot it and make it look like it's not there or it's not much. And then you get it and you're like, oh boy, this is something good. Same thing happens with summer storms. So no different here. On radar, it ain't looking the prettiest. It doesn't look horrible, but it ain't looking the prettiest compared to what it's been. You can basically say that yes, it's just as intense as it has been, and it's going to be interesting. So based on the webcams I was looking at in the Harrisburg area and up in Skook, this thing's a quick hitter. It's going to get windy, visibility is going to drop, and it's going to be fun. So here we go. I'm going to take the back road to avoid all the drunks. If you guys already had this snow squall, let me know how it was. I know Eli already commented, Storm Chaser Eli Robertson. He was like, it's your turn, but I watched his video and he got smacked. It went from nothing to something real quick, and he said he got almost 2 inches of snow or something like that. So this is going to be pretty interesting. I don't think we're going to get anywhere near that much, but it should still be a fun time. Now just to figure out where I want to go. Do I want to go terribly far? Risk the icy roads, or just kind of stay local? We will see. How's everybody been? I know it's been a while. My passion is severe thunderstorms and stuff like that. So here lately, as you can imagine with how cold it's been, there hasn't really been much of that. So I haven't been really streaming a whole lot. There was a few little snowstorms, but they were just horribly timed with work and all that, and it just didn't work out. So largely, I haven't had a stream since probably, minus some little stuff, recently I did like a little webcam stable shot. It's just, there hasn't really been much since severe weather season. So yeah, hope everybody's doing well. I can't wait for this squall to hit. I had a guy earlier on Facebook basically tell me that he didn't know what I was talking about when I posted about the snow squalls, and basically that I didn't know what I was talking about, and I was just an amateur weather page. And as you can imagine, if you follow me on there, I rarely post unless I know it's going to be something good. So I posted on this. So when he said that, I was like, come on, man. Like, I'm one of the top sources in the state of Pennsylvania. You can Google that and find out. So, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I can't wait to send some video or pictures to him though. He'll have a pleasant surprise when he wakes up and sees that it actually happened. Not only did it happen, it crossed the entire state, so that'll be fun. Like I said, they should still be intense, but nowhere near as intense as what portions of like north central Pennsylvania saw when this thing was really at its peak. So we're gonna get it. As you can imagine, at this hour, the roads are basically empty. There's not a whole lot going on here. Hopefully all the New Year's Eve, that's... Sorry you guys hear me coughing like crazy. Getting over being sick. Trying to fix this camera. It's been a while since I used this mount, and it's kind of all messed up. Can't believe we have 19 people watching at this hour. It's kind of wild. This thing's almost on top of us. Very close. You see no snowstorm? Yeah, not yet, because I just said it's almost on top of us. We're getting close. So currently, it is across northern Berks County. I'm more towards the central portion of Berks County, and that puts it roughly 10 miles to my northwest. So Lisa, you're up this late. I mean, I guess it's New Year's, so it's like, it's not impossible to think that people will be up. But I just really didn't think this many people would actually still be awake. Pretty crazy. Video. Yeah, I've heard largely from people this is a pretty good squall, so kind of hopefully it gets crazy for a little while. I'm not the biggest fan of snow. If you guys know me, you know that. But when these snow squalls come in, they're intense. It's almost like a little mini blizzard for a time, and it's been far too long since I've had one of those around here. So yeah, I'm a little excited for this one. So let's see here. My buddy just said they got lightning in Cornwall. Oh yeah, they do. Look at that. A little bit of lightning with this thing pushing across. So it looks like there's a little bit of lightning detected up near Scranton earlier. The Skook area, maybe a little bit more north there. And then out in the Harrisburg region, also a little bit of lightning detected, and then over Lebanon County. Not bad. I gotta send that to my buddy Sean quick. Wait. All right, let's check, see how far this thing is. So roughly 6.5 miles. This thing's moving at a pretty good speed, so shouldn't be terribly too much longer. I hope everyone has been well. Like I said, it's been a while. Don't cover a lot of winter stuff much. It just doesn't do anything for me personally. But cover a lot of severe thunderstorms and stuff like that. So if you guys want to come back, wildfires, tornadoes, funnel clouds, hail, you name it. There's all kinds of stuff on there. So check that out. Let's see, who else do we got on here? I didn't get to see while I was driving. Lisa, Eli, a bunch of people I don't know, but that's awesome. Icebot, how are you, buddy? Happy New Year. I'm still not happy with this camera angle. Better. All right, it's a little better. Let's see. We are 13 minutes in. Perfect. And the Squall is coming soon. How was it up there? Storm Chaser Corey Tober was messaging me, and he said it was a pretty good little squall. So sorry, pushing out this link real quick to everybody. So my buddy who's up in Hamburg just said the wind is crazy here. It's coming. Should be starting to get the first little bit of it here. We are very close. My buddy just said, "It's here!" Exclamation marks. Bring it on, bring it on. We got 15 people watching. Pretty good for 4 in the morning. Hopefully everybody got what they wanted for Christmas and Had a amazing New Year's. You know, a lot of people do a lot of different things for New Year's Eve. Around my area, they drop a peep. If you know what that is, it's like a big candy. It's like, I don't even know if it's like a chick or a duck or something. I think it's what drop. I assume is a Hershey Kiss. Yeah, it's a lot of different little. My daughter had a sleepover last night. And it was kind of boring without her. And I fell asleep, and then so back. So that's kind of how it went. So I woke up to everybody going Happy New Year's, you know, and that was the extent of my little holiday. I slept pretty good, so. Three in the morning. You guys hear me real well? Looks like it might be starting ever so slightly. Alright, it's better now. It's also a little brighter over here. How's the sound, Lisa? $25 watching. You're about to see something. Awesome. Thank you much. All right, it's almost directly, maybe a mile off to our north here. It is very, very close. We're gonna have some fun. Gotta love a good snow squall. It looks like it's going to be pretty mean. Winds are certainly picking up, and I'm just waiting for that visibility drop. Up north, when it pushed in, it covered everything. The roads were white, everything was white. And obviously, you know, they're going to ice up too. So, here we go. Nothing crazy so far. It's right on top of us though. It's a pretty hefty looking little squall. Great way to start off the new year, I'll tell you that. If I can get stuff like this all year, that'll be amazing. It's been so quiet lately. Weather-wise, it's just not really much going on. Really noteworthy. Anytime here. Recent memory. I always like catching these in the daytime because it almost looks like a shelf cloud when it's pushing in. Crazy cool. Waiting for buildings in the distance to kind of slowly disappear at this point. Check the chat real quick. Here we go. I said to my wife yesterday, I was like, oh, if you see me getting up at 3 in the morning, don't freak out. I'm just going to cover a snowstorm. She was like, what? What time? Like, 3, 4 in the morning. So my buddy up in Hamburg, those falls are so dangerous because that's how they start. And the visibility drops and it gets crazy. Like I said, it's like a little mini blizzard. Street at the school here, really starting to blow all of a sudden. Here we go. Oh, it's here. It is here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. You can see everything starting to blow around right now. Oh my gosh, here we go. Here comes the snow. Oh man. Woo! Oh man. Woo-wee. Gotta love these snow squalls. why the connection's so rough. Epic. This is pretty crazy. It's coming down good. I'm actually going to pull over here. I am going to go take a little walk. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, it's been a little while. Hasn't it? Woo! Oh man. Look at that. Alright guys, I'm gonna hop outside and then I'll be back in a second. was fun. My phone is soaked. I'm soaked. It's okay. No worries. Whew, it's cold out there, though. That I'll tell you. Holy crap. Whew. Oh man, look at this. That's awesome. Oh man, this is rolling. Not bad for a little squall. Too bad, especially one that covered the entire state. This thing started up towards Erie, and it made it all the way down here. Pretty impressive. Happy birthday to your mom, Melissa. Happy birthday to her. Oh man, look at this thing blowing. All right, do we dare venture back onto the roads? Yeah, my phone says that when you plug it in. It goes, it's storm chase time. At least it's not Groundhog Day, right? Oh, not yet. Not yet. Soon enough. I know storm chaser Logan Estrich, very good friend of mine. He is going to cover that, I believe he said. He lives out that way, though. For me, it's, I think it's like 4.5 hour, 5 hour drive. Just to see what the groundhog says. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll make the trip, but yep, I'm in Berks County. Let's see here. Melissa, thank you for being a member for 15 months. That's amazing. Melissa is like, she's one of my top fans, I gotta say. She's awesome. Every time I see her comment on something, I'm always like, Melissa, thank you. She's awesome. Lisa, thank you for the $2. Yeah, every little bit helps right now. I'm actually out of work right now, so looking for another job, and hopefully have one lined up for Friday for an interview. But until then, money's just a little bit tighter than I've ever really had to worry about. So I appreciate it. Every little bit helps. So thank you very, very much for both of you, actually. Melissa, you've been a long time supporter, so I greatly appreciate that a lot. Sorry the streams haven't been very consistent recently. Like I said, with being out of work and all that, it's been a little rough lately. So I apologize for that, but we're gonna get things back on track here, and hopefully the weather actually gets a little more interesting in my area, and the time more aligns with what I'm actually able to go out and do. I had brand new tires on the car. I got those on probably a month ago now. They work great. I just haven't really had anything to use them. Yeah, oh yeah. Well, Logan's been having a really, really, really good time up there. He's catching up to me on subscribers on YouTube, actually. I mean, I think last I saw he was at like 5.6K or something. He might even be more by now. And I'm sitting at like 6.6, 6.7K. So he's catching up to me. I was like, man, that tells you how quiet it's been down my way. He's done well on Facebook too. I think he's up to, I want to say 11,000 followers or something. Logan's one of those, I've always been super proud of Logan. And so I always said if there's any chaser in PA that deserves, attention, it's Logan. Logan is the biggest heart of anybody I know. And I know people were giving him stuff yesterday about the shirt he made with that ice beamer, but and saying he was trying to, take advantage of the situation, blah, blah, blah. And he was upset about it because that wasn't his intention at all. He was just trying to help people out. He was going to donate the money he made to the person whose car it was, just kind of make a little fun thing out of it, and people were giving him crap for it, and he was very upset about it, because we have a little group that we talk in, all the chasers that I run. He was in that, and then he messaged me privately, so he was clearly bothered by it. But people like to take off with something and make it something it's not, and that's not the case with Logan. Logan is the biggest heart of anybody I know, but like flat out that's the truth. So I'm not even just saying that, it's the truth. Logan is a great guy. Eli, how are you, Eli? I didn't think you were still in the chat. What's up, buddy? It got a little crazy here. It was a little short-lived, nothing insane, but as you can see, it covered pretty much everything. I think the main road is completely covered over. But yeah, not bad. I'm actually tempted to call my uncle. He's the roadmaster for the area, and I just want to be like, hey, just so you know, the roads are covered from the squall. I don't know. Let me do that quick, actually. Are you up? I wasn't sure if you knew about the snow squall. The roads are completely covered. Oh, all right. I wasn't sure if you knew it was coming. I actually, I tried to keep you in the loop, but I totally forgot to tell you last night. I was all excited it was coming, and I was like, shit, I should have called Scott. So, all right. I'll let you go. I'm on my live stream, so. Huh? Where are you at? Alright, love you, bye. My uncle goes, I'm already at work. I called right as he's opening his truck door. I could hear it going, diddle-doo, diddle-doo. Oh, man. He's getting ready to get in his dump truck and probably go lay some salt down, I'd imagine. I don't think they'd be pushing plows, but maybe. I know my buddy up in Hamburg, he said they were dropping plows up there, so. Eli had a really good live. I'm telling you. He had it better than I had it. Eli usually does do well. I'm going to be honest with you. Out of all the chasers in the state, I think Eli and Logan get the best content opportunities because, they usually don't got to go far. Especially Logan. Logan probably more so, actually. I'm going to be honest with you. Because Logan is, in the snow belt. He just gets everything. And the wind's up there along the lake. And Logan has it made real well up there. I think with, summer thunderstorms and stuff, Eli is definitely number one for that. Because his area, they roll through there aggressively. And then by the time they get down to me, I'm like, well, there's not much to them anymore. Oh, yeah, Eli, we don't have 2 inches. There's I don't know, probably a coating to maybe a 1/4 inch here. It's not a lot. Yeah, Logan is in a very prime spot. That kid, he's in a good location. Now, for summer storms, he gets kind of the short end of the stick, though. I will say that. Logan is in a very, very bad spot as far as travel-wise and being able to actually see stuff. So even if they do hit him pretty good, he struggles to actually get a good view of it without going way up north in New York State and and all that. So, but for winter stuff, Logan is in like prime territory. But I'm telling you, when summer storms come through, Eli has got it on his stream usually, because they're rolling through there pretty nasty. And then I get what's, you know, the decaying carcass of what's left. That's usually, not always, but it's usually how it works out in recent years. It used to be, checked years ago, every single time I went out, I was getting good stuff. We got really good stuff around here, you know. Last couple of years around this area, it's just, by the time everything gets here, it's done. You know, and that's why I go out west, you know, because you go out there and it's like 10 days of nonstop craziness and tornadoes and hailstorms, and then, you know, I may see a few good storms here during a season. You know, the reason I mainly do what I do here is just to keep everybody informed, you know, and just cover what's going on for those who, you know, may not be able to make it out of the house or whatever else, your entertainment purposes. But yeah, it's, in recent years, severe weather, which of course is my favorite thing, is just not very good down here. You know, I used to have the reputation for every single time I go out, I tell the group, I'd be like, I'm gonna nail it, gonna get something good, and I would. You know, and then in recent years, it's just not like that anymore. Still have the same knowledge, same skill set. It's just, they get here and they just decay to nothing. And then there is nothing left of these storms. That's just the way luck goes. Carcass. It's the truth. Eli, you know it's the truth, buddy. So yeah, if you're in here and you don't follow Eli already, take a chance. Click on his channel there, and I promise you'll see some good stuff. Known Eli for many years now. I can't even tell you. It's been a long time. I'm gonna venture and say over 10 years, just for the fact that my daughter is about to be 10 years old, and I knew Eli before I had my daughter. I don't know if we were Facebook friends at that point. I think we were, but I've definitely known Eli for a very long time. I don't even think he realizes how long. It's been a long time. So yeah. I had a lot less, well, probably almost no gray hair at all in my beard when I first met Eli, and now that's totally different. We're being honest. Now I got a lot of gray. Mind you, I'm only 33. Okay, I'm not that old, but yeah, the gray hair is certainly coming in, and with a almost 10-year-old daughter, that happens. You know, she's pretty good. I gotta say, she's pretty good. I love my girl. My Savannah Sky. She's awesome. I was so upset she was doing her sleepover last night with some girls from school. I was like, because it's like part of my routine. When I wake up in the middle of the night, go to the bathroom, I check on her, make sure she's all right, she's still covered. You know, that's part of my routine. And the house felt a little bit lonely last night when she wasn't home. Let's see. I'm trying to read the chat. We all got a lot of gray. Yeah, I'm starting to. I can't say largely I have many, like, hair-wise on my head. There's a few little gray strands I notice every once in a while, but in my, like, facial hair on my my chin here, I got a lot of gray. There is quite an obvious patch going on there. So 33, and I don't know that I'm aging the best. Definitely some grays. All right, looks like it's largely done. I think we'll go for a little drive, and I will head home and go back to bed. I literally only wanted to get up, make a live, and then get some footage. Yeah, my daughter, Savannah Sky, Skye, it's spelled. and that was my choice completely. I picked that. Savannah Sky Selig. So her initials are SSS. So yeah. And she's got numerous nicknames too. So usually it's Vanna, where you drop the Vanna, the beginning we just call her Vanna. Or I go banana baby. She knows what I'm talking about. All right, let's go for a little drop here. See what we can get into. I gotta find my phone. Kind of just chuck here on the seat in the dark. Hopefully the stream doesn't cut out, but honestly, the area where I'm in right now, the service is just not the best. So it won't surprise me if it does. I am shocked there's like no cops I've seen at all so far. Like none. I really thought that I'd definitely see some cops out here. Yeah, she's got her own little YouTube channel. Obviously, very heavily managed by her parents. But that's something she wanted to do, and that's probably largely because of what Daddy does. And she was like, can you teach me how to make videos? And I was like, sure. And largely been pretty good at social media and being decently successful at that I was like, this is a good father, daughter bonding moment, making little YouTube videos. So that's what we do. All right, let's go see what we can get into on our travels home. As you can see, this road is covered. Wow. Picture this quick. Just when my wife wakes up and goes, "You really went out at 4 a.m?" I can be like, "Yes, I did, and here's why." She's gonna think I'm crazy. Even for as long as we've been together, she's gonna think I'm crazy for actually getting up out of bed at this hour to go see a snow squall. It's gonna be awesome. All right, let's see how slick it is. As you can see, there is nobody else on the road at all. Definitely, it's a little bit more than a coating, but I wouldn't say it's much more than that. Maybe. That's really dangerous. And even if you have four-wheel drive, it can be a four-wheel slide. And I say that often, but it's the truth. It could be four-wheel slide. So, wow, they got pretty good coverage here. I think it's a little better here. It says they still have 5G. Even if it's one bar. Just the kind of light, fluffy snow also that it just blows it off the roof. The car goes by, it kicks it up off the road. Very light, fluffy kind of snow. Wow. This ball got pretty nasty off to my my south. Crazy. buddy Sean's gonna wake up and be like, where'd all this snow come from? I'll be like, oh yeah, that's right. Justin said there was a snow squall coming. Alright. How's the stream, Lisa? We good? Maybe Lisa fell asleep. I don't know. Could be. I wouldn't blame her. Wouldn't blame her at all. New snow squall warning for Northampton County, Pennsylvania. Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. Oh, we're gonna turn here carefully so we don't slide. You're good. All right. Everyone's happy. Everyone got what they wanted. The snow squall was a little bit crazy. Can't wait to send pictures and video to that guy that said it would never happen. He's going to be so surprised. Oh, man. It's sad that I'm excited to do that, but he was very, very, very sure that it was not going to happen. No about it, and that I had no idea what I was talking about, and that I was just an amateur weather page, is what he said. Man, this is going to be fun. Amateur weather page. I was like, you can look me up. Feel free. I said, go on Google. Last I saw, it said Justin Seelig is a prominent storm chaser based in the state of Pennsylvania, specifically Berks County. His footage has appeared nationally and worldwide. But he was like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're an amateur weather page. All right, buddy. I've been interested in the weather and covering the weather in some kind of form or learning about it since I was 6 years old. And I can tell you the date that I first really took off with this, and that was May 31st, 1998. That was during a high-risk severe weather event. In fact, the only one in history here in Pennsylvania, and actually a F3 tornado hit nearby where I lived in Lyons. And I remember as a kid I remember that night clearly, and I remember sitting coloring. All the power was out, we had candles, we were coloring on the floor, and I was 6 years old. And I remember going the following day and seeing the damage, and that just kind of changed everything. That kind of set me in motion for who I am today. That my story was because of that tornado that hit that day on that high risk. That really kind of set everything in motion for me. So been doing this a long time in some form or capacity, and storm chasing is just the angle I always wanted to take it, because I always wanted to experience tornadoes and see tornadoes and cover hailstorms as I read more up on it as a kid. And I carry weather books around with me at school all the time. It's stuff like that. So when somebody's like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, that kind of hurts, because it's something I've always pretty much dedicated my entire life to. And all these storm chasers you talk to, they all have their story, but I feel like being a storm chaser based in Pennsylvania, my story is very unique based on the fact that the whole reason I do this is because of a large tornado event that actually hit here. So a lot of chasers can say, oh, they saw that. I remember that as a kid. That set everything in motion for me. So it sucks when everybody's like, wants to be mean on the internet, because it's like, you don't know me. I've worked very, very hard to make a reputation for myself in a state that's not really known for severe weather and tornadoes. You know how hard it is to make a reputation as a storm chaser in the state of Pennsylvania? Hard. We're not Oklahoma, we're not Texas, we're not getting these massive wedge tornadoes consistently, and it's hard, but I've done that and I'm proud of that. It sucks when you get these internet trolls that just kind of They want to crush you down to nothing. This is a little sketchy, a little slick there. Largely not too bad, as long as you go slow. Yeah, the Lions tornado. That's what did it for me. I was 6 years old when it happened. May 31st, 1998. And every year when that date comes around, I always make a big post about it on social media. And it goes crazy because that was a big, big event. You know, if you live in Berks County, that's one of the largest weather events to actually happen here. I mean, obviously minus like hurricanes and all that. But that was a big deal. That affected a lot of people. A large amount of the town was completely damaged or even destroyed and had to be rebuilt. You know, as far as tornadoes in Pennsylvania, there's not a lot of storms that do that kind of devastation. Yeah, there's going to be tornado damage and all that, but that wiped out a fair amount of the little town of Lyons. It was a big deal. You know, there was houses shredded like doll houses. And, you know, luckily nobody was killed. There was injuries, but that was just one of those storms. It was like, yeah, these events do happen here and people need to take them seriously. And, you know, as a child, I was like, what can I do to learn more about this? You know, obviously I wasn't there to see it. We didn't get hit directly by it. I lived very close by though. You know, it kind of just missed us, but that kind of, I was fascinated by how does this happen? What is this? You know, and I remember going to school. I went right to the library, and I was like, I need to see books on tornadoes, and I just started it all. And that's a pretty unique story, I think, as far as Pennsylvania storm chasers go. You know, for a lot of people, it's like they grew up watching the Weather Channel, you know, and this and that, and they just got into weather. For me, weather affected me personally, and as a result, I am who I am today. I always wonder if that had not happened, would I have taken the same path? And I feel like, for the most part, I probably would have, because if weather was something that fascinated me on that day, I feel like eventually I would have been like, I'm so interested in this stuff, I'm gonna learn about it anyway. But crazy. Campbelltown. Oh man, what was Campbelltown? I don't know. I can't say for sure. I know the event you're talking about though. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Hold on a second. I'm gonna look it up now. Campbelltown tornado. As soon as I type that in, it's a Campbell soup. Alright, here we go. When was the tornado Campbelltown? That was 2004, actually. F3 tornado struck in Lebanon County, Campbelltown. Winds between 175 and 200 miles per hour. Destroyed 100 homes and injured 24. Yeah, I remember that was a pretty big deal when that happened. Lebanon County is one of those places. They get hit pretty good. We got a automatic surface observation system reading from Reading Airport. 49 miles per hour at 4:06 with the passage of the snow squall. It's pretty decent. 49 miles per hour. It's slightly out of the range I posted. If you saw my post on social media, I think I put 30 to 45 miles per hour. So it actually overperformed a little bit by like 4 miles per hour over what I had actually said would happen. So that forecast I posted, I'm feeling pretty confident about. I was very close. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any more wind reports here. So Mount Pocono Airport reported rapid visibility drop to 1/4 mile. PennDOT cameras showing the road surface covered quickly. Wind gusts of 30 to 35 up in the Poconos. So largely Berks County saw some really good winds. Not bad. Like I said, that's always the fun part about little, snow squalls that come through, is we don't see a whole lot of blizzards. And when they first roll in, it's almost like a little mini blizzard going on. Crazy. All right, guys. I think that's it. There's nothing else going on. Not really a whole lot to see besides what's actually on the roads. This little coating. It is completely stopped now. There is no longer any snowflakes falling, except for what's coming off the roofs from a little bit of wind. But I think I am gonna get home, go back to bed, get some sleep, because I have today to relax, and then I have my job interview on Friday morning. Hopefully, I can get back to work here. So, pray for me. Nah, I'll be all right. I have a solid work history and good work ethic, and I'll be fine. But all right, everybody, have a wonderful night. That's all for now. Check back. We'll be doing more streams here in the future. Like I said, it's been a little rough lately, and my passion's always been severe weather like tornadoes. So snowstorms don't exactly get me super excited. This is one of them that, like I said, they're little mini blizzards of the snow squall, so I get pretty excited with those. Hope everybody has a wonderful night, and sleep tight if you didn't get to bed yet and you waited up, and I will see you later. Take care, everybody. Happy New Year.